Oh, good looking hustle.
Been close to perfect all year in some ways.
All kinds of time and unable to take off, and he is sacked. Tranquil blitzing. He's picked up. Here comes another one. Bolton coming after him. And the pass is intercepted. Chanel able to make the play in front of Andrews.
As you see Worthy motioning over on Kelsey's side.
2nd and 8. Oh, you want a vertical game? Here you go. There's Worthy deep to the 45-yard line. You got to deal with that the rest of the day. There's an end around to Worthy. He's got room. Worthy racing. And steps out of bounds at the 22. Looking to strike. Pass. Caught. Juju Smith-Schuster. And a Kansas City touchdown. Won't take him long, though. He'll be back in on another play. 2nd and 10. Here comes a blitz by the Ravens. Ball lofted up in the air. Caught by Kelsey. Tripped up by Smith.
I think that's why they went cover 0 back-to-back. They want this ball back. They don't want them to waste the entire clock.
Rolling out, flinging it. Pacheco. Pacheco finds his way to the end zone and a Kansas City touchdown.
The Lions exploited it. That's why they got 7 sacks.
They're a yard short of the first. 3rd down. Ball comes out. Popped right out of the hands. And Kansas City has the football.
Team you're like trusting 100% just to jam it right at you, right?
Right. Look at this move by Pacheco. Boy, that was pretty nifty. And Kelsey threw a big block for him to pick up 11 or 12 on a first down. They got Smith, the rookie, in it, running back on first down. Pass open is Worthy. Inside the 20. Steps out at the 15-yard line. He is returned, and he has produced.
Quick little passes right away. Boom.
End zone bound. Caught. Touchdown. Kansas City. Tyquan Thornton.
That's why they put the spy right there.
Lamar in trouble, and he's decked. A sack by Karlaftis. To the Giants. Change like that. All of a sudden, Kansas City would be a game back if it wins here.
Yep.
Here's the return. And he breaks it. Remigio delivers a stiff arm. It got it all the way to the 50-yard line. Home opener this year to the Eagles, week 2. And here on 3rd and 1, the Kansas City defense to open up the 4th quarter, and Chris Jones makes the stop. Passing a 33-yard field goal. Pass in zone, caught, touchdown, Hollywood Brown, number 4 for Mahomes.
Well, that happened fast. Welcome into our 2nd consecutive Victory Monday. That's 2 in a row. Woo-hoo! Week 4, Season 7 of the Red Hour. I am Sean Tyler, your host. And with me, we got the family. To my left, we got Sir Cousin Betsalot. How'd you do yesterday?
Well, it depends. Didn't win because Patrick wanted to stop at 270 instead of 271. And Derrick Henry, Chiefs defense had other ideas for him. So
Yeah, I could have told you that.
yeah.
But we're here nonetheless with another victory, and a victory that a lot of people didn't think we'd get. So we'll talk about the game, of course, to my right. Captain.
Watch what you say. I got my lightsaber with me.
Captain Dak Jr. Steve Walls. What's going on, nephew?
I'm good. I'm leading in my first fantasy win. So can we get a round of applause for that? Yeah. So I'm be 1-3.
Like a lot of NFL teams.
Yeah, got to take your wins how you can.
Like a lot of NFL teams. Q is out today. He was a little upset that neither Lamar Jackson nor Derrick Henry got 50 yards in rushing yesterday, so he couldn't decide which moisturizer to go with, so he decided to just stay home.
I'm kind of upset that Q's not here because I was gonna give him hell for that Eagles performance in the second half.
Well,
I was going to give him hell for this.
Won.
I was going to give him hell for this game because I told him, I was like, he said the Chiefs won't score 30 points. It's like, so you're saying this team's not capable of scoring 30 points? He goes, absolutely not. And here we are.
Yep.
So Steve and I had that conversation that was the magic number that we need to see them get to, and
that's why here we are, and here he's not. We've got young producer Chris in the box handling the switches tonight, and again, beautiful game yesterday. The Chiefs 37, the Baltimore Ravens 20. Now, stat wise, wow, Lamar Jackson 14 for 20, 147 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Lamar took his helmet off a few times during yesterday's game and slammed it down and eventually got taken out of the game. So,
that was I really believe, and it's to all Ravens fans, players, coaches, whoever, Lamar quit on you guys yesterday. He really did.
That's what some of us thought.
Even
talking to one of the beat reporters who was sitting there next to us.
He I mean, because normally you go to, and even Chris talked about this when we first got here, is like you go to the blue tent, you'd have a bunch of, being Lamar Jackson, star player, he'd have a numerous amount of people around him, doctors or what have you. He was just sitting there. And why are you still sitting out there if you have an hamstring injury? You need to start going to get treatment so that way you be ready to go. No, he quit on his team yesterday.
His hamstring didn't hurt as much of his heartstring, apparently. Yeah, exactly. I didn't realize Cooper Rush had been in for so long. I just looked up and Lamar was out. And Cooper Rush was in long enough to have 13 pass attempts, 52 yards, and no action in the end zone. Lamar Jackson, 6 carries, 48 yards. Derrick Henry, 8 carries, 42 yards. His longest was 14. Lamar's longest run was 17 yards. And I never watched the game in public. I was in public yesterday watching the game.
You was outside?
I was outside. Shout out to the team and crew at Social in Waldo. But when Derrick Henry got off of that 14-yard run, the whole bar's like, oh, here we go. Chase that red. And I just looked around and I told the people I was with, I was like, listen, whenever a team comes into GAHA Field at Arrowhead, or the Chiefs playing them somewhere, and they have a star running back, and we usually don't stop the run or they go off on us. Mm-hmm. But when there's that star running back, we slow them down or shut them down. And we've done that, especially in the Patrick Mahomes era.
Yeah.
So I told him that was going to be the only rip that Derrick Henry got. And everybody, matter of fact, the dude sitting next to me at the table was, oh, this dude don't know nothing about football. And here we are.
I think the only good game that Derrick Henry's had was in Nashville when they beat the Chiefs a few years ago, because I can't remember another game that Derrick Henry has had an outstanding game against.
And that just happens to be the only win Lamar Jackson has against Patrick Mahomes.
No. This is when he was.
It was with the okay.
Tannehill.
Right,
Tannehill.
Yeah. But
crazy.
Derrick Henry and these Lamar Jackson and these Baltimore Ravens, they are 1-6 against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs own the Baltimore Ravens in the Lamar James era.
Can you say it's Lamar, or can you say it has a lot to do with coaching?
So every year I say the same thing about Lamar and these Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes lives rent-free in Lamar Jackson's head because Lamar, with his feet and his arms, the only comparable quarterback in the league to his style of play is Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. And Patrick Mahomes does it with grace and finesse, and he beats Lamar Jackson because Lamar tries to outdo Patrick and beat Patrick, and it never works in his favor. And it gets in his head, and once you get in his head, it's a wrap.
A lot of that, though, I think, still goes back to coaching, because I remember listening to a couple of analysts, and they talked about how John Harbaugh always wants to put Lamar in a situation where he's able to pass the football to kind of show that he can. And Stephen Adams always said, bro, you should be trying to win. Whatever it takes to win is what you do. If you need to, this game, you might need to run for 150 yards and pass for 100.
But that's why I don't really think it's the coaching, because kind of like Patrick Mahomes in the RPO, it's up to Lamar. If he sees a hole where he can take off and he can rip off 20 yards, he's going to go
what he
for
should
it.
have done last week against Detroit.
He was able to get a couple like that first drive that you were talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
He's first down at will.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and I know Darren and I talked about this. I feel like it's not so much maybe coaching, but it's Lamar just trying to. Sometimes I think he takes a step back to Derrick Henry and won't run, and then sometimes I think he does too much.
But
is
that's
it a Spags
comes down
thing?
to coaching though, because it seems like the Ravens offensive coordinator, or it seems like they don't know how to utilize both Lamar and Derrick Henry at the same time. Because it's like you would think there were a couple of 3rd and 1 and 4th down, 4th and 1 where Derrick Henry wasn't even in the ball game.
Yeah.
But can you say that when they don't have that same problem with a lot of other teams?
Yeah.
So that's why I say, is it these two, or do you give the credit to Spags in this Kansas City Chiefs defense?
I mean, I give credit to Spags and the
definitely.
defense, because they, of course, you saw the first drive and then they came out and just changed up. Like, all right.
Yeah.
It's like, we're going to throw a punch.
This is what I'm doing today. We got something for that.
And then literally, if you think about it, when we talked to Spags after the AFC Championship game, he was surprised that they stopped running after the opening drive, and essentially they stopped giving the ball to Derrick Henry after that, because he had 32 yards, I think on the opening drive, and what 10 yards the rest of the game.
Yeah,
and I'm not even gonna lie, like the Ravens came down, they scored that first touchdown. Because I don't know if y'all remember what I said. I was like, whoever scores first is gonna win this game. This was last week.
Mm-hmm.
They came down, scored first, and I'm like, oh man, here we go.
I mean,
and then it was like a momentum shift once Leo Chenal got the interception, and I think that was like in the season they didn't need that spark. And
I get it, but I don't think it's a momentum shift. No? This team again will stand up against their opponent, and once they see what you're showing, once they got the ball, especially as this defense, and we know this Kansas City Chiefs defense week after week just continues to gel and get better and better and better. So they've seen this Baltimore Ravens team, and with it even being depleted a little bit, they knew what was coming next. So when they got the ball, they knew what to do with it, where to go, and how to contain and Derrick as the game went on.
Yeah, it's kind of a head scratcher just the way that team is coached, and I get it. You don't have all your guys. Some guys are hurt, but like Chiefs always say, next man up. And I feel like every team in the NFL is that way. And these guys all put their pants on. They're all professionals.
Everybody's got a 50-50 chance of winning every week.
You all getting paid, and I feel like that can't be an excuse. I posted on Twitter last night. I was like, most guys or whoever, we're gonna see the national media saying, "Oh well, the Ravens just had a bad game. Lamar had a bad game," rather than Spags and his Chiefs team, played a great game.
And that's what they do. They definitely take that angle. And shout out to Patrick Mahomes, who yesterday was 25 for 37, 270 yards, 4 touchdowns. And with those 4 touchdowns, it makes him the fastest under 30 or 30 and under to get to 250 touchdowns.
And most importantly,
in their career.
No turnovers, no fumbles,
no turnovers,
interceptions.
No turnovers.
And only 1 sack in the game.
That's it.
And penalties, they didn't have any on the offensive line. None.
No, your boy
Jawan Taylor
played a clean game.
Yeah, I can't say his name. He still hasn't earned that right yet.
Called him 7-4.
Yeah, 7-4. He actually had a clean game yesterday. And so here's another question. As we were talking about limiting yards for Lamar and Derrick, Xavier Worthy, 38 yards. Isaiah Pacheco, 35 yards. Kareem, 34 yards. Patrick had 5. Does this team, and we talked about this last week, do we need a 100-yard rusher when we can do this?
I think you do. You still need a guy that can get in.
You got to keep a little bit. You got to keep some semblance of a run threat. And look, it may come down to Patrick with his legs, depending on how the offense is moving. One of the things that we discussed yesterday, and people were talking about this Chiefs offense being back. Literally, everybody's healthy right now on offense, and you're getting Rashee Rice back in 3 weeks. As I told Steve, Xavier probably was playing a big portion of the offensive plan in Brazil. But now that you got him back and we saw what he can do, people talked about Harrison Butker, and my thing is the Chiefs, if this offense is to look the way it's supposed to look, where Patrick said they're going to be high explosive offense, they shouldn't be in a position where they need Harrison Butker to kick 50-plus yard field goals unless it's at the end of half or something like that. But the way they looked yesterday, I tell people from here on out the rest of the season, outside of, they don't get the grace or the luxury of having excuses now, because we saw what you can do with your weapons. And when you get Rashee Rice back in 3 weeks, now you got to figure out how to put him in, and who else's stats and play time is going to be affected, because we saw what happened with Tyquan Thornton.
I think the running back by committee thing absolutely or most certainly benefits the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes.
So having to lean on one running back to have to get to that 100-yard mark, I don't think is as important as spreading it out amongst 3 or 4 rushers to get to 100, 150 yards.
But my thing about that is they're not both of those guys, and I like Kareem and I like Isaiah Pacheco, but I don't feel like they are David Montgomery and what's the other one? Those are two. Jahmyr Gibbs. Those are two running. They have the two-headed monster, and those are two running backs that can get you 100 yards a game. And these two guys, I just haven't seen the pop from them that we should.
But I think it's more so that we use them to kind of get what we need to throw off the opposing defense, because then you have Worthy, Kelsey, Brown, Schuster, and those guys coming out of the receiver end, and they don't know where to look at that point. Yeah. So when you do have that spread out running back offense and you got that spread out receiver offense, because you can get Kareem, who goes for an 8-yard run, and in most teams you'll get that star running back to get you those 2 to get that first down, and hopefully they'll get you 4 or 5 with some yards after. But instead of going for that 2, you go for that 40-yard bomb.
Yeah, and I will say this though: you mentioned the wide receivers. Nine guys caught a pass yesterday.
9,
and not only that, but it was
4 different receivers for touchdowns.
Yesterday seemed like the only day that the receivers came in waves. Like you had Royals come in,
and I was actually going to say,
okay,
I was actually going to say, yesterday was the first time that Mahomes actually looked comfortable in the offense. I mean, he didn't, because granted he was sacked once, but he didn't really feel like he was being pressured a lot.
Yeah,
and that was the biggest thing. So shout out to now, because I think the one time he got sacked was literally when the guy just pretty much threw Josh Simmons out the way and went and got Mahomes. And
shout out for Travis Kelce being a successful decoy yesterday with his 48 yards. He never made it to the end zone, but he did exactly what we needed him to do in those situations, and he held on to the ball.
Did you guys, and I want to ask y'all this, did you guys expect Xavier Worthy to have the impact that he had yesterday?
I did.
Or we've been waiting for it.
Okay. Did you expect him to do it yesterday?
Yes.
Coming back from injury, not knowing exactly how severe it was.
Yes, because it was the Ravens.
Okay.
Now, had this been like next week against the Jags, I don't think it would have been, they wouldn't have leaned on him as heavy.
Yeah.
But it was kind of almost a necessity yesterday.
Okay.
And I say yes because Steve and I talked about it yesterday. I said yes because it's like there's no sense in bringing him back as a decoy. Like if you're going to play him, because he eventually you can't beat him. He's got to take a hit, and so no better way to get a hit unless you're playing the Ravens, because they're going to hit you if they get a chance to.
And I'll say this: even if they did put him in as a decoy, which helped him get back up to game speed against a defender. So, I mean, even if you didn't throw to him, at least it was helping him get his confidence back on his speed. Because usually when you're worried after an injury, a lot of players, you see them, they're super sensitive to everything. So they're not running as hard. They're not pushing as hard. Xavier was in there.
The one thing Andy said was that, fortunately, his injury happened. So he said he's fast. I mean, he wasn't too worried about his speed or anything like that, or his conditioning, because his legs didn't get affected by that. But I will say this, though, again, with them spreading the ball around and them coming in waves, like you said, I was concerned about, how they were going to use Tyquan Thornton. Now, granted, he did have the one catch, and the one catch was for a touchdown, and I think he might have been targeted maybe twice the whole game. But, again, I'm wondering when Rashee comes back
2 targets.
So when Rashee comes back, what these numbers are going to look like and how the offense is going to be called then, because now, again, with Hollywood starting, you're going to bring Rashee back in, Xavier. We saw what Juju can do. We know Tyquan, and then of course you got Travis and Noah Gray and everybody else. I mean, again, offensively, Chiefs don't have any more excuses.
It's a good problem to have.
That's a great problem to have.
And the crazy thing about it is, like I talked about those waves of guys, you're not bringing in like
the fresh. They stay fresh.
They're young, but you're not bringing in guys that have never played in the league before.
For sure.
You're bringing in Hollywood, who could go and be at least a legit number 2 on another team. You're bringing in,
and you're 4 weeks in now, so even the new guys have had a chance to get out there and see what NFL Sunday speed and game speed looks like. So
you're bringing in guys that can catch the ball.
We're in it now. All right, it's time to take our first break on the 7th season of the Red Hour, Week 4 of the NFL. 2, not 1, but 2 Monday Night Football games. 1, the battle of the worst. Both 0-3, the Jets and the Dolphins. And the Dolphins, if you're not watching that game on ESPN, have the coolest uniforms ever on right now. So check them out. The game is now Miami 3, the Jets 0. And then later on this evening, there'll be the Bengals taking on the Denver Broncos in Denver. The Chiefs walk away with the dub. We are now at 500 and breaking more records as Patrick Mahomes. And then we get ready for a game that probably really doesn't matter much, but we still need this win so we can get.
Oh, it matters.
It matters.
Hey,
Big
it
time.
matters.
AFC.
It's the Jags. But we need this win because we're at 500 and we need to get more W's in that win column as we continue to progress through the season. So we'll talk about these games and the next few games leading up to a hated rivalry with the Raiders coming up as well. So hit us up online, make your comments. We'll go and check you out in the comment section on Facebook and YouTube and wherever you watch, and gather the family around and make sure you're here with us as we have fun talking football with the Red Hour. Back in moments. And we are back. It is the 7th season of the Red Hour, Week 4 of the NFL on this Victory Monday. Chiefs 37, the Ravens 20. And as we go around the league, there's some pretty good games yesterday. Seattle Seahawks 23 over the Arizona Cardinals. And they played in their rivalry week uniforms that had little dust specks on them and looked really, really weird. But the uniforms that the Dolphins are playing in tonight, their rivalry week uniforms are really, really nice. So check this out.
Fire.
Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pittsburgh Steelers in Ireland take down the Minnesota Vikings 24-21.
Shout out to DK with 122. What was it? 122 receiving yards.
Yeah, giving you your first.
Yeah, help me get my first win. Yeah, shout out DK.
Not gonna let that down.
Not at all. Because he couldn't breathe last night before he went to bed watching that Cowboys game.
See,
so let him have his moment.
That's why I got this.
Let him have his moment. Young Dak over here to my right. Hey, and the Giants upset the Chargers 21-18.
Really an upset though?
Nobody was expecting that rookie to come in and beat the Chargers.
And with Malik Neighbors, of course.
And Neighbors is
injury.
Where's he at? Is he out for a few months?
He's out for the year.
He's done?
ACL.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I was going to run down the injury report, but there's that. That's going to hurt the Giants.
Yeah.
All right.
So is it back to Russ now?
Oh wow.
No, they'll let the kid play again.
Oh, I thought he hurt his hamstring. Thought he had a hamstring injury.
Kind of probably the same way that Lamar hurt his.
He just got benched.
That's what I say. Probably the same way Lamar hurt his.
No, but I mean he had a hamstring injury. He
got benched.
Okay.
They made the decision last week that Jackson Dart was starting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dart has a hamstring.
Oh, he's fine.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was reported was the hamstring.
They got to keep you guessing. So, we'll see what next week looks like. Right. Houston gave a goose egg to Tennessee, 26-0. The Washington Commanders lost to the Atlanta Falcons 34-27.
No Jaden Daniels.
Yep. Buffalo.
How long is he out? Do you know?
I think he's got 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he's got to come back because I need the Commanders to.
Yeah,
Well, I ain't worried about them when they come to Kansas City, but I need him to come back and get that Commanders. Come on. Buffalo over New Orleans 31-19.
He'll magically be healed by the time they come to Kansas City.
And let's see if when I mention this next score, if our phones go off from Q texting us.
I can be talking about my team.
Philadelphia Eagles, Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a close one, 31-25. Detroit over Cleveland, 34-10. And New England over Carolina, 42-13. And the team that we'll be playing next week, the Jacksonville Jaguars, beat the San Francisco 49ers. And we just found out that Purdy has a setback on his toe, so he'll be out a little bit longer than expected.
So can we go back to that Eagles game real quick? Did they not have a pass reception in the second half
Jalen
at all?
Was 0 for 0.
0 for 0 in the second half.
He had 0 passing yards.
That's crazy.
And they still won the game.
That's crazy. You're not going. I wish Q was here because you're not going to beat up on too many teams not having.
Did they have another blocked field goal for pick six in this game?
I didn't get a chance to really watch that game. I know he was on.
Yep.
I think they did.
Blocking the end zone, Merriweather for a safety.
Oh, for safety.
For
So
safety.
too. All right.
Yep.
I knew they blocked another field goal. This Philadelphia Eagles team, while we're talking about them, they really don't look that impressive.
For an undefeated team. They
Yeah.
Snow fire.
Well,
They don't, but they're winning.
I mean, Buffalo didn't look too impressive either. I mean, because for the Saints to stay in the ball game with them late into the game.
I mean, but for all the trash they talk about the Kansas City Chiefs, even when we were winning last season, you don't hear that same hate against these Philadelphia Eagles who are winning basically the same way.
Well, you
Special
hear,
teams and
you
defense.
hear, you just don't hear it around here because trust me, in Philly, they are pissed at the way Jalen is playing. I mean, if you look at the wide receivers, their starting wide receivers only had 4 catches combined in the game. They are pissed. Now, look, they're team players, but they pissed.
Yeah, I saw a post about the fact that they're like, thank you, Devontae Smith, for not, having. I don't know who quoted this, but I just thank you for Devontae Smith for not having, having an attitude, for not having this targets or anything like that. But AJ Brown, he only had 2 receptions, 9 targets though.
Yeah. So
hold on, but did you see some of the passes that Jalen was throwing?
Yeah,
that's the other thing.
he needs LASIK surgery too. What up, Patrick? So quarterback talk again. Every year we go through the same thing where NFL pundits give you who they think is the greatest quarterback playing in the game right now.
Oh man, here we go.
Yeah. And it's crazy to me that we still have this Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson conversation over Patrick Mahomes. And neither one of those teams have won a Super Bowl or beat Patrick to get there. Yeah. But yet and still, they are claiming, depends on who you talk to, either one of these quarterbacks is still much better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. And you really, on the Lamar Jackson side, can you say that, saying as he's only beat Patrick Mahomes one time in 7 tries? Once. How is he better than Patrick Mahomes?
And literally the one time he beat Patrick Mahomes was because of a fumble from Clyde Edwards-Helaire on the Saturday Night Football in Baltimore. I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
I see you got on your purple today. I didn't mention that.
Yeah, okay.
Is that a morning? Is that a morning shirt?
You got on blue, so what you saying?
Okay, touche.
As you continue to say, I'm not really a Dallas Cowboy fan, but and this is the second week you had on Cowboy colors.
Last week I didn't. I had on gray.
Chris?
Gray and blue. I did. I had on gray and blue.
Give it to me, Chris.
I did. I had on gray and blue.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And then Josh Allen, but we're not even talking about the Bengals kid because he's out.
He's always
Joe Burrows.
Yep.
But he's in the conversation too. But I'm like, how can you put either one of these 2 quarterbacks above Patrick Mahomes? Even in a losing season, he still goes to the AFC Championship and wins. He's been to the Super Bowl 5 times in 6 tries.
And I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but when the Chiefs go and play in Buffalo this season, which is in 4 weeks, 5 weeks, November. So if Patrick Mahomes goes up there and gets a win regular season, you cannot say that Josh Allen, there's not even in the conversation anymore.
So would you rather have the regular season win or win when it counts in the postseason? Because beat us
As
regular
Buffalo
season all you.
fans,
That's what I'm saying.
They like to have a regular season.
Beat us regular season all you want to.
They do.
Because when it comes to postseason,
I mean, because
you out of here.
we've gone to their house and beat them.
We have.
We've done it.
And we didn't drive around the parking lot. We just left.
I might have drove around the parking lot a little bit.
But you had on Cowboys colors, so nobody was paying you no attention.
So I'm trying to remember when we beat them. When the Chiefs beat them, was it for the division? Or was it for the AFC Championship game?
I think it was divisional because
Okay,
AFC Championship has always been here.
In here.
Well, I know it was okay. Bison one. No,
When we beat them in their house, it was
there.
division.
Then we had to go to Buffalo.
Yeah.
I mean, we had to go to Baltimore. That's what it was,
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was in MVS year. MVS caught the pass over the shoulder.
Yep.
That's still the deal. Yeah.
So I say all that to say I just want all of that talk to stop. Patrick is king until he's dethroned. And we talked off camera about the MVP.
I don't even like people on TV having those conversations.
Absolutely not.
Like Darren last like, bro, you a backup quarterback. Talk about Gardner Minshew. Quit trying to talk about Josh Allen and Mike Greeny or whatever. And I'm like, see, you are exactly who Ryan Clark was talking about. You know what I'm saying? You ain't played the game, but you sitting there making these asinine hot takes just because you want to
Play a top chef and can't boil hot dog water.
Nobody's played a quarterback at a higher level ever than what Josh Allen. Like, bro, he can't even stop it.
And again, every season, Patrick Mahomes breaks at least 5 NFL records, at least minimum.
Just showing up to the game.
And this is week 4, and he's already broken one.
Yeah.
Fastest to 250 touchdown passes. So I just say, let these guys continue to play and let Patrick continue to do Patrick things because this guy has already set himself up for the Hall of Fame. He's getting a yellow jacket first ballot.
And if you just look at these two quarterbacks, I thought, and I'll be the first to say it, I'll admit it, that I feel like Buffalo and Baltimore, when they played each other, I was like, these are the best two offenses in the league. Like, just the way that week one, when they faced off, they looked really good. I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, Buffalo's beating up on, they're 4-0, but they're beating up on bad teams other than Baltimore.
And that's the whole thing.
Well, if you look at the record, Baltimore's a bad team too.
Yeah, true.
Because they have the worst defense in the league.
True. They're 4-0. They just beat the 0-4 Saints.
Woo-hoo!
I mean, yeah. So it's
you bullying kindergartners.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So let's just stop all of that talk and until they get to that point where they're winning against Patrick, then we'll revisit that conversation. But in the meantime, you keep playing JV. Let us handle this. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know who Juice Crybaby 2.0 is. Appreciate you asking the question. Are we going to see more of Brashard going forward? Offense look more smoother.
Yes. And he's obviously earned his reps. So
can we talk about the Pacheco? I don't know if it was a benching
I don't know why
or
that's what the show's
I'm
all
looking
about.
I tapped you. I'm looking down. He was on the sideline, like just standing there, like, when am I going to get my turn?
Oh, what?
He was benched for 1 quarter.
Bro, I told you when he dropped that, Patrick Mahomes threw him that pass, and he dropped it over, batted to the ground.
Yeah, that was
you ever seen a high school kid? They're like, oh, well, we benching you as a punishment for the first 2 quarters.
Right.
That's how he looked. He was sitting on the sideline, like.
But he literally had that pass, and it looked as if he batted it down.
Yeah.
Like,
But it worked. He came back and he balled.
Well, I mean, he had to because otherwise he wasn't gonna get the reps because they gladly gave it to Kareem.
But why don't you dish that same punishment out to Travis Kelce?
That's Travis. He's helped you more than he's hurt you.
Not this season.
I mean,
not this season.
He's helped you more than he's hurt you. He's helped you a lot more than he's hurt you. I'm telling you, like,
we would be 3-1 right now if Travis Kelce held on to the ball.
We'd be 4-0.
We'll be 4-0.
Bucker, you know. What I'm saying?
The funniest meme in the world I saw yesterday after the game. Every time Harrison Butker misses a field goal, a woman gets her PhD.
What? What?
Hey, man.
What?
The views expressed.
What? The views and
that was a meme. That didn't come from me. I thought it was hilarious. When I saw that, I'm like, oh, I needed that.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, so Pacheco, and we talked about this as well. His running style, he has no finesse. He reminds me of how they used to run Christian Okoye right through the middle of the crowd for no reason when you could have just stepped to the left and ripped off another 25 yards.
But you know what? He understands that though too, because he was asked about it about 2 weeks ago, and he said he was asked like, you know, how has his running style changed, and he has an aggressive type running style. And he was like, what he would change differently is being more patient. That's what he's trying to focus on, is being more patient. And I would tell him, if I'm the coach, I'm like, watch Le'Veon Bell's film. And how Le'Veon Bell used to run.
But Le'Veon
he was a bigger back.
You know what I'm saying? But he would also like dance behind the line.
But it would work. It worked.
I mean,
if you follow your line.
Worked in Pittsburgh. But that's not to say, because he tried to hear it didn't work. And if he tries to hear,
you don't have to mimic the entire style, but
if
just
he
the
shows
patience
and watch the line, because they do give him space to go, and
they give him space when they say hike. He just
and he waits to find out where the crowd goes. Oh, why is everybody over here? And runs right into somebody's backside.
Yeah, he said he's working on patience, so we'll see. He did say that.
As an RN.
No, as in like I'm waiting.
All right, so we got this game coming up. Our first Monday night game of the season against Jacksonville. So Jacksonville, what's their record?
3-1.
3-1. So they have a better record than we do.
So right now, because I looked earlier, if you just go by the conference record, let's say look at the playoffs, Chiefs are number 7, Jacksonville's number 5 right now. So they're
and the Chiefs are no longer at the bottom of the AFC West,
correct.
by the way, which is important to note.
Very much.
But this Jacksonville team, definitely not a better team than these Kansas City Chiefs, and definitely not a better defense.
And they beat Texas, and they beat the Bengals. Oh, the Bengals beat them.
So what can we expect in the spotlight of Monday Night Football?
It's going to be a physical game because they have a young defense, a lot of first rounders on defense with Josh Allen and company. It's going to be a very physical game, and we get a chance to see up close, because it's funny. I've talked to a couple of people who have been to cover the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mike Jones, who was for the Athletic, was there yesterday at the game.
Who?
Mike Jones. And so
young Chris, did you get that joke?
Yeah, he wasn't so ready for that. But what he said was that Travis is just a guy. Now, I don't know if it's coaching or scheme or whatever, but he's saying, but the way they got him playing down there, it's like he needs to be focused on one side of football. Like
what was his name?
Mike Jones.
Steve Smith.
Oh.
Steve Smith was like, he called him just a guy, called him Jags.
Yeah.
Just a guy.
Yeah. I mean, that's how he's playing.
Yeah.
I mean, but they said if he was to choose one, they prefer it be on defense, because he says he has a better chance of having an impact defensively than because he said on offense, when he comes in, you're already giving a tell away that it's a passing down, that you're going to pass. So it's like just keep him on one side of the ball.
Yeah, and we don't get down to Duval that often.
We've been there. Yeah, we do.
We've been down there, but it's
we get
not,
down there damn near every year.
Yeah, nah.
it's getting to that point now.
Yeah,
but
we get down there more than we get to Houston or
it's been every year for the past 3 years.
That's what I'm saying. Well, since the Patrick Mahomes era, it's been
a
little bit more, but it's still. So the win probability that they have on the interwebs, on Beyonce's interwebs right now, says the Chiefs have a 62% chance of winning this game.
They're favored by 2 points.
Yeah.
Based off of yesterday.
3 points. Favored by 3 points. Sorry.
And that's typical. Well, no, because they're not the home team.
Yeah.
Right.
So
for the Jaguars to be 3-1.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about this game, and I don't know if we're at that point yet, but I'll go ahead and give you my synopsis. Here's the thing about this game. I feel like offensively right now, the Chiefs are back rolling. I mean, they have the firepower that you would think, at least they have the firepower that they wanted when in training camp happened, when they're like, all right, we know Rashee Rice is going to be suspended, we don't know for how long, but we do know this is what we're
and
going
they didn't
to
know
war
when,
with.
but they didn't know what part of the year. But now
but this is what we're going to go to war with, and I feel like they was okay with that.
And our team is only getting stronger week by week.
Yeah, especially the defense.
And Trevor Lawrence used to be in that conversation of the best quarterbacks in the league.
He did.
And now he's not there. So are we going to see?
I think his was coaching at the beginning of his
career.
He
had the Ohio State guy.
Yeah, the dude got fired for messing with the woman at the wherever at the bar. Yeah, do you remember?
I don't remember that story.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Like he let the team go back and he stayed
Google.
around.
He did. And they recorded him and he was married.
Yeah, he's on the big noon kickoff show.
oh, so he wasn't like on the jumbotron at the concert
With John Most.
Okay,
Man,
yeah. Now definitely got to look up this story. So,
So that was Trevor Lawrence's coaching. at the
Coaching,
beginning of his
yeah,
career. Yeah.
So now is Trevor Lawrence just among the long list of NFL quarterbacks that are just good enough to be an NFL quarterback and not so much as a threat against this Kansas City Chiefs team? Is this one of those setup games?
You mean a trap game or something like that?
Yeah,
Between two, because they go
Nah,
to
because
Trevor's beaten us before.
yeah, well, in the regular season, yeah.
Yes, I'm saying
yeah.
this is a regular season game.
But I would say no, that it's not a trap game, and I said it because the Chiefs, they faced them enough, and especially on the defense side of football and Travis Etienne and stuff, so they know the players, and obviously, they know the situation. Because I mean, let me tell you something, man. That's a horrible stadium to be.
It is.
I mean, it looks nice on TV, but the press box doesn't have air in it at times. The locker room definitely doesn't have air in it.
And the last place you want to be is in Florida this time of the year with no air.
This was the stadium that where 2 years ago Harrison Butker was injured the first game of the season, wasn't it? For a little while, and then I think Tyreek Hill got injured here first game of the season.
Yep.
This was
Oh yeah, because they have that crappy field.
yeah.
So, but I don't think it's a trap. I just think if the Chiefs do what they're supposed to do, if you can just kind of replicate what they did in Sunday's game, I think they'll be okay.
So who's a better running back, Travis Etienne or Derrick Henry? And I asked the chat that too.
I say Travis
Well, I
Etienne.
mean, at the moment, you would say Travis Etienne.
Really? Okay.
I say
because I'm saying like the game he had yesterday was the game Derrick Henry had in game one, but the last 3 games Derrick Henry hasn't rushed for more than 50 yards.
Yeah. So the reason why I'm asking because Travis Etienne he had 124 yards yesterday, and if you can replicate how you defended Derrick Henry and make Trevor Lawrence beat you,
Etienne has been in the league 2 years more or 1 year more than Derrick Henry.
He's been in the league for a minute.
Yeah,
8 years.
And we talked about Derrick Henry's body because he's a big dude.
Yeah.
He's a huge guy.
Yeah.
So his body is not going to be able to withstand the hits season after season that he has, and it's going to wear on his knees and a lot of other things. Where Travis, who is a lot smaller, is more of a finesse runner than because Derrick Henry will just roll through and take your whole team with him.
The only pushback I would give you on that is that you have to get Derrick Henry early because I was going to say there's
that
time,
momentum.
Well, yeah, because there's times you got to make a business decision because he can't do the whole one time. Yes, I was like, yo, man, I don't know.
Travis Etienne was drafted in 2021, so he's still fairly young back.
Yeah. So I mean,
I would he's been in the league longer.
It just feels that way because he's been in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
His
entire career.
Because he played with Trevor, didn't he?
Trevor
At
Lawrence.
Clemson, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. But like you're saying, once Derrick Henry gets some momentum behind him, the bus is moving.
And to be quite honest, Jacksonville offensively, they've been inconsistent. I mean, the Chiefs, even to their credit, they've at least been able to put up 20 points a ball game, but Jacksonville has been kind of.
So as you talk consistency, these Kansas City Chiefs are just now starting to get on the ball. They don't even really have the consistency this season to give us this is what the Chiefs look like instead of this is what the Chiefs should look like. So,
but you're basically going off of, if you're just talking Chiefs, you're basically going off of what they've done in the past. Like you got to give them that grace because of nothing changed. I mean, you still got your core group there. So even from last year, the Super Bowl run, you still got the same.
The biggest problem is that all the wide receivers have been on the field at the same time.
Right. And I still say that game in Brazil to start the season was just a poop emoji move on the NFL.
Yeah, and it may have been, Xavier Worthy goes down. It's like, oh crap, what do we do? Yeah, everybody else ain't ready.
And then we had to wait a whole season and a half for the NFL decided to do something with Rashid.
Well, that's just because he was injured. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I would have.
Even hard criminals get time served.
Yeah.
You weren't playing.
I would have held off on his injury. That's it. You're like, suspend me first.
Right. He's not playing. Just take his check, call it a suspension for those 6 weeks while he's out.
Man, you could suspend him for the year. He'd have been
Wouldn't
okay.
matter.
Yeah. So, but all right. So we're gonna take another break here. We're gonna see what's going on in the chat room. We'll talk
Got a few
more.
questions from Juice Crybaby.
Shout out to my mama too. I know she
All right, and we'll talk more about this Monday Night Football game, the first of the season for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Miami Dolphins are up 10-0 on the New York Jets in the battle of the no wins, and there's another Monday Night Football game about to start with the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals. You got it where you want it, right here at the Red Hour, Season 7, Week 4. We'll be back in moments. And we're back. Season 7, Week 4, the Red Hour on this Victory Monday. The Chiefs 37-20 over the Baltimore Ravens at GEHA Field at Arrowhead, and we're heading to Jacksonville, Duval, for the Jaguars on this Monday Night Football. Are we going to discuss the big controversy in the NFL yesterday? Announcing Bad Bunny as the halftime performer for Super Bowl 60.
I knew you was going to do that. Can we talk about that? Yeah, we can talk about it.
Oh, absolutely, because this is how I know Harrison Butker's definitely going to have to make a choice before Monday night.
What's the choice?
Either to go online and join ICE, or if he's going to continue to play football.
Views and opinions expressed on this radio show.
Shot Tyler low.
Oh, young Chris, you got to give me one for that.
It's not those.
We know the Chiefs are watching us. Steve and I did not go there. Just make sure you know that.
That was a comment I read on X. So yeah, but everybody was up in arms about Bad Bunny, who's one of the biggest artists on planet Earth right now.
I was surprised that people were just up in an uproar. I'm like, dude, you got with Snoop and all them first, and then you had with the Weeknd. You guys had everybody you want. Like,
Well,
Beyonce.
They wanted Taylor Swift, but the NFL, they're like, we're not letting you own your property. You know, that was the big thing. That she wanted ownership of her halftime show. And like, no.
And who doesn't? I mean,
that's what it was.
Definitely,
so
Dr. Dre had
a halftime show. What does that mean?
So let me tell you about the halftime show. They don't get paid to do it.
Not anymore.
So you know how the cheerleaders get paid through the NFL?
Well, no.
I'm saying, you know, the cheerleaders barely get anything.
Yeah.
So like
the performers barely got anything from the NFL for halftime shows. Barely. And I know that for a fact. Now they don't. And when you see these artists perform at these award shows like the Grammys and all of this stuff, they pay for their own production.
The artists pay for their own.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's what they do during a halftime show.
Man, be singing at the microphone.
Which is how when you saw Prince perform in Miami, he had the Prince symbol in the ground and the pure white dollhouse for Dr. Dre and his crew.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that you saw with They're Not Like Us.
That started happening recently though, because I think when Prince did, I think the league was still paying the artists for their.
Nope.
When did that switch over? Because
Michael Jackson.
It wasn't always like that.
Michael Jackson was, I think, the last person to get paid, and even it didn't mean anything to him because, again, he paid for his own production, and it cost him a lot of money.
Well,
So
the league had
basically, if you
the league
are
had to pay because the year before was the In Living Color thing, wasn't it? Where they went against.
if you're an artist, you
That was the
basically got
first time Michael performed at
If
halftime.
you're an artist and you know you're going to perform at halftime, you better start working on an album so that way you can have an album drop sometime.
Or even if you don't, if you've got a good catalog, they're going to start looking for it because when you perform those hits, you perform a lot of the stuff that everybody's unfamiliar with. So they're already downloading everything. But I say that to say when these guys perform, it's more for their benefit. And when you have these bigger artists now, it's a benefit for the National Football League because now you're drawing new eyes to the game because some people only tune in for the halftime show.
Mm-hmm.
And some people tune out during the halftime show.
Yeah.
But having the diversity that they've had over the last few years, you've had some big pop stars, you've had a mix of some of the greatest hip hop artists, and it just kind of goes back and forth. And now you get a chance to, and shout out to the NFL and Jay-Z and them for making this announcement during National Hispanic Month.
Yep. And
Bad Bunny is definitely, he's the most downloaded artist. He's selling out huge venues. He stands his own, and
Bad Bunny.
He's starting to act more. He's just,
he even wrestled in the WWE.
That's what I'm saying. And I don't even know a Bad Bunny song, but I know who Bad Bunny is. So having him as a halftime performer for Super Bowl 60, I think is a huge benefit for the NFL. But a lot of people are up in arms because there was a rumor just 2 weeks before that it was going to be the young lady from England that's married to LeBron. Or Adele.
Adele. I saw that.
Yeah.
Did they get married for her?
I think they did.
Okay.
And she was like, no.
Engaged,
but she does want to do something huge at Arrowhead because her dad was a huge Chiefs fan.
Really?
And she said she grew up loving the Chiefs team.
That's what's up.
So she went
from
England.
England. Okay. Yeah, it was like what Royals was that? Roy was that?
I don't know. You're mumbling.
No,
Dak.
like the song when the Royals did they want to be Royal, you know that song. Remember that? Who was that? That was she was from England too. You don't know?
No, I don't think she's English at all. I think she was.
Oh, she was English.
Something else.
That's why I was just.
Is she? Oh yeah, but that's not Adele.
Okay.
But so that rumor blew up, and then when they made that announcement, because when they did, I thought I knew who was performing that halftime show. I was like, oh,
Lord. Her name was Lord. Yeah.
It's like, all right, Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
And you don't know what Bad Bunny's going to do. He's done a lot of stuff with a lot of artists, and he could bring on anybody and create any kind of show he wants to.
Of course.
But, you know, and in the climate that we live in right now in the United States, and
who's the best halftime performer ever?
Michael Jackson.
Between Michael and Prince, because
Prince's show was great.
Prince played in the rain,
and absolutely to play Purple Rain in the rain was dope. But
with FAMU marching band.
But that's by happenstance. But Michael Jackson, he spent
5 minutes, just
35% of his halftime performance not doing anything. And then you look up at one scoreboard, he disappears and pops up on the other end, and you're like, oh, what happened? And he's just standing there in his military uniform. And the next thing you know, he's on the stage in the middle of the field. The crowd's going nuts.
Then he turns his head, and just like they go.
And matter of fact, I think he had a longer halftime performance because of that.
It was at the Coliseum too.
Yeah, one of his performances.
Yes, right. So all they do is go down the street.
I'm an Uber down here. I'll see you in a minute. But yeah, so
shout
definitely
out to Justin Timberlake's performance.
Still, and we'll talk about that controversy all day too, because I say they all knew what was happening because that wasn't a tear. That was like an opening that was already there when you ripped it off.
What was the worst halftime show?
The worst halftime show? The Weeknd.
I was about to say that too.
Yeah,
The Weeknd.
Of course, the game didn't make
that was COVID. That was COVID year though, right?
Yeah.
So it didn't matter. It's like nobody was.
Or the USC marching band in '87.
I don't remember that.
I don't either. I'm just talking. So
actually, you know, and Coldplay wasn't all that good, but the fact that he had Bruno Mars and Beyonce.
I like Coldplay.
I'm saying no, I like it, but I'm saying, but
it was a good performance, but it wasn't like an exciting show.
And again, the only thing that saved it was the fact that Beyonce and Bruno Mars performed in the halftime show with him because they've had their own.
I missed that.
Yeah, that's what she did.
I tune her out when she's around.
So
who's the chick that did with the dolphins? Because that was a big controversy too. The girl that had the blow up dolphins that were.
I remember that. Was that?
Yeah.
Was that Lopez or something?
So and people were giving Jay-Z a lot of flack for since he's taken over this entertainment for the NFL.
I mean, he said what he
it's
said
like,
about Colin Kaepernick, so he does deserve.
Well, but he's brought in
blowback.
some talent. I mean, he had Rihanna.
No,
he's
I
had
get it,
Snoop
but
and Dre.
you said what you said, and you're talking about you couldn't be in bed with the league, and they offer you a contract, and you told Roger Goodell to scoot over. So
I mean, my thing is give him a grade. Since he's taken over in these past 5 years, 6 years.
Well, I didn't care for the weekend, so that goes against him.
Okay.
Jennifer Lopez was halftime of the Chiefs' first Super Bowl win. Didn't really.
It was Jennifer Lopez, though.
But I mean,
Got to give her points.
That Miami was a blur. I don't even.
You gotta
remember.
give her.
That was a blur. I don't even remember her.
Now,
Jennifer didn't even have to say that. She could have stood there like
for
Michael
the
Jackson.
culture.
Hey,
For the
Jenny.
culture, I mean, I guess I would say L.A. because Mary J. Blige and all them.
For the culture.
I'm just
For the
saying.
culture. Then you had Kendrick. Then you
Oh.
had Rihanna. Then you had.
That's what I'm saying.
And Rihanna was pregnant.
I know.
Put on
That's what I'm saying. So
halftime
I
show.
give him a solid A.
And that's what I'm saying. He's bringing
No,
some of the
I give him A-, Steve, because he had the weekend, man.
These A minuses,
Dude,
man.
the weekend. Okay.
A minuses ain't even on your grade card. This is a A.
Okay, then a B because you got, bro. Hold on. You can't give him an A.
Central.
Hold on. You can't give him an A, and you said that the weekend was the worst. Was the worst.
That's
halftime.
one out of what, 7?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Okay, but that's an A. Come on,
chat,
man.
please put on here the letter grade for Jay-Z of all the performers that he's brought in thus far.
So this is what I'll say about Jay-Z and who he's bringing to the half. He's bringing some of the biggest artists on the planet to halftime.
All he's doing is making a phone call. You want to do halftime? Okay, we got him.
And that's cool.
And it ain't that easy. No, it ain't that easy.
It's Jay-Z.
It ain't that
No,
easy.
because I know some people. Solange won't say yeah.
We got a B plus.
Well,
That's
first of
my
all-
guy. He was on it.
First
was
of all,
on it.
hold on. First of all, he ain't gonna ask Solange.
Solange just gonna show up and do it. All right, so let's get back to football talk. The Chiefs in their first Monday Night Football appearance against the Jacksonville Jaguars in Duval. They're at 500.
Yep.
And the Jacksonville Jaguars are at 3-1.
Surprising.
Nephew, what can we expect to see in this game?
I think similar to the Baltimore game. I feel like you're gonna have to lean on your defense a little bit. Stopping Travis Etienne. Now, as I was looking at the
Katy
stats-
Perry. That's the girl that did
Katy Perry.
the Dolphins with the halftime.
Yeah.
Was that wasn't under Jay-Z, was it?
Nope, it wasn't. What was I saying? You got to stop. You got similar to what the Baltimore you did with the Baltimore Ravens. Your defense is going to have to step up. I mean, you got to stop the receivers as well. But Trevor Lawrence has a better, I think, throwing style than Lamar Jackson. So would I say, we'll let Trevor Lawrence beat us? I mean, I would say stop Trevor Lawrence before you stop the running game of Travis Etienne, because I feel like you can live on, some of the mistakes that Travis Etienne makes. Now, that being said, I feel like you still got to put up some points because Jacksonville can score. They've showed it in their first, 4 games of this season. But I feel like,
and I haven't seen Trevor. I haven't seen a Trevor Lawrence game or highlights in a while. But I do remember him.
He can fling it.
That's what I was going to say. I do remember him being pretty accurate with his throw.
He can fling
connecting with his receivers.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think the Chiefs will have a problem. I just think you've got to be consistent and don't go back to the Chiefs of like, man, what happened? This last week was just that outlier. No, you have to continue to.
You gotta be creative on offense, man. You just got to have some creativity.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. So it's like, do you still lean on Xavier Worthy, or do you like, all right, we're just gonna kind of get through this game?
So then that'll be my question to you. What is the must from the Kansas City Chiefs to win this game?
Dominate at the line of scrimmage first and foremost. Try to at least establish the running game and keep their defense honest, because everybody knows that you're going to pass the football, but you've got to be able to mix it up. Again, you can't. Thing that worries me: the Chiefs will get to 2nd and 2, 2nd and 1. Instead of running the football, they'll have Patrick drop back to pass. Like, bro, I don't get it. I mean, I get that maybe a short pass is essentially your run play, but Patrick has at times not been accurate even on the short passing play. So for me, they need to establish a line of scrimmage and establish the run game, and everything else will work off of it.
So what is the one thing that the Jacksonville Jaguars have to most watch out for come this Monday night?
If I'm the Jacksonville Jaguars defensively, I'm making Jawan Taylor false start and line up off offsides.
You gonna make him?
I was going to say all he got to do is show up. You don't have to make him.
No, I'm saying the way he lines up anyway. But you put Josh Allen on him, he might.
I feel like he's felt that he's understood the criticism, man. I think, and I'm going out on a limb to say this
after 27 games.
Yeah, he's hopefully figured it out. I think he has. I mean, because if you just look on his face in the locker room, it's just like, man, I'm caught, because he understands like he's costing the team at the end of the day.
I mean, he understands that. I talk to him about it all the time, like, bruh, but I mean, sometimes he's been doing it for so long, it's not just gonna just. But
it hasn't. You you think about it. He's in Tampa Bay, right? Juwan Taylor.
He came from
Jacksonville, Florida team. Jacksonville wasn't a contender like this Chiefs team is, and he understands like, hey, I'm on a contender, right? Like I can't continue to do what I've been doing. It's costing us. It's costing us wins.
It's been 3 years running,
right? And he's only had one.
Yeah, that's true.
One. So, all right,
he's probably got that talking to, like, hey, Andy Reid gave him that eye.
So,
we'll see.
Monday night in Duval County, Jacksonville Jaguars hosting the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football. And shout out to Leo Chanel on that amazing interception yesterday.
One-handed.
Yeah, that was nice.
When I talked to Trent after the game, he said that they have a leaderboard, like a hands leaderboard on the defensive side, and I guess one of them in the practice facility. And he said Leo's definitely moved up on our leaderboard for the hands.
Absolutely. So, what's the outcome, nephew?
I got the Chiefs. Winning this one. Sometimes, you when you face an opponent, you got to show that you're much better than them. And this is one of those games that you have to do that with. I got the Chiefs. I won't say it'll be another 30-point game, but I will say about 24-17, 24-17, 24-10. One of those, 24-17 Chiefs.
Okay.
No, you don't think?
No. For me, just what we talked about yesterday on our postgame show, Chiefs showed that they could finally put points on the board, and they got it again. To me, they don't have any excuses anymore for why they can't put points on the board and stuff like that. I mean, the offense looked like like they had claimed it was going to look all off season, and again, they knew that they weren't going to have Rashee Rice for an extended period of time, whenever it was going to be. So this is how they expected to look with everybody healthy. So I don't see why they don't put up 30 points this weekend or next Monday when we're in Jacksonville. So I'm going 35. I'm going 35-17 Chiefs.
35.
35.
I like the cut of your jib.
Yeah. Look, man. Look, they don't get no excuses from me, because now you got your weapons. So right. Nagy, Andy Reid, you got to be creative with the play calling. Don't do dumb stuff. Don't, when it's 3rd and 1, 3rd and inches, have Patrick Mahomes drop back to pass.
And here's another thing about Trevor Lawrence: he will give up the football.
And I was going to say, with our defense, I expect at least a couple sacks and a takeaway or two. Yeah. So, and since Q's not here, I'll go ahead and make a pick. The Philadelphia Eagles will defeat the Denver Broncos in Denver.
Oh,
in Denver?
You know what? Denver could get them.
They've got a much better defense.
They do, and they playing in Denver. But
don't sleep on Denver's defense.
Listen, I'm picking as Q, not as somebody who's being objective here.
I'll give you that, because
I'm speaking on behalf of Quentin.
Okay.
Yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles will win.
They're sleeping on Denver's defense.
They'll go undefeated.
And I feel like the Chargers are what people thought Denver was going to be this year. Just saying. Because, the Chargers.
Everybody I talked to thought that Denver was going to be the team to beat in the AFC West.
But if that's the case, again, you should be able to beat the team that you're supposed to be. Like tonight without Joe Burrow, they're supposed to beat Cincinnati. And if they don't beat Cincinnati, that's a problem.
Yep, and so far it's 3-0 the Cincinnati Bengals over the Denver Broncos, and 10-0 on the Battle of the Nobodies, Miami over the Jets. All right, we'll see you guys on Tuesday next week as we're playing Monday Night Football in Duval. Jaguars and the Kansas City Chiefs.
What's the weather gonna be in
Florida? Humid,
82 degrees from what I saw.
Humid,
with a chance of rain.
And before we get out of here, Nephew, you about to do something big for the first time.
What's that?
Hosting an event.
Oh, yeah.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, so you threw me off on that one. So
Yeah, you
yeah,
could've
I
raised
am
your hand next week.
hosting the third Neil Smith, Derek Thomas Third and Long Foundation's event. Is coming up on the 14th.
This is the event where we're giving away Derek's Benz.
Mercedes.
That's
Is it
a
Mercedes?
Benz.
Well,
Yes,
that's
it
a
is.
ticket. You need to
Pull
call
it
it out.
It is. I know what it is.
I'm pulling up the flyer so everyone can see.
Okay, because I was scared to say I've ridden in that car.
And make sure you get out and
And
vote.
you still
tomorrow.
have a chance to sign up.
Hit that QR code. It's a benefit, and the money goes to the Derek Thomas Neil Smith Third and Long Foundation and the Darren Cherry Foundation. So scan that QR code. Buy you a ticket for a chance to win the ultimate ride. My guy DT's Mercedes. Cool.
And it's an evening. Basically, it's an evening with the greats, honoring lifetime achievers. So you'll have the likes of bunch of folks. Bunch of folks going to be there.
Take your time.
You're gonna
I'm
have.
glad you're so well informed on this event.
I am informed. I'm very much informed. I'm going to get beat up when I get home.
Oh, for sure.
But no,
We're
you
about
have
to get a
Bob
text
Kendrick.
message.
Yeah, Bob Kendrick that's going to be there, and he's being honored about that. Actually, he's going to be presented this award by my son Peyton,
Shout out to
it's gonna
nephew
be-
Peyton and brother Bob.
and it's myself and also Tony Talley.
And you
We're gonna
can
be
get
hosting
tickets
this.
for that event still.
You're gonna be able to get tickets on the website. So you go to thirdandlongfoundation.com and you can find tickets from there. Third and Long 2025 greats.eventbrite.com, but it's on the Third and Long website.
All right.
And as we mentioned, make sure you get out and vote tomorrow.
Yeah, election day in Jackson County. Get out and vote. All right, folks. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Don't forget, tell your friends, tell your family. You want to have some fun, you want to talk some football. It all happens right here on the 7th season of the Red Hour on our second consecutive Victory Monday. We'll see what happens
Can we
on
make it a
Tuesday.
Third consecutive
Let's see if we can make it happen.
Tuesday.
On a Tuesday, Victory Tuesday. But just, hey, if we get the dub,
Same thing,
it could
man.
be Victory Wednesday. I don't give a damn. Let's go. Chiefs, thank you all. Appreciate you. Be kind to each other.
God be blessed.
Be blessed. And stop at the stoplights and the stop signs. I've been driving through the city recently, and people just like, that octagon don't mean nothing. Stop. Look both ways and then proceed with caution. All right, folks, y'all be safe. Be good. We'll see y'all next week. It's the Red Hour. We out.
The views and opinions expressed on the W Radio Show by the host, co-host, guests, and call-in listeners are solely the opinions and responsibility of the original source who expressed them. They do not represent the opinions of the W Show, 100.1 FM, One Kansas City Radio, Sideline Sports Talk, Team Wall Street Foundations, or affiliates.